Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster, and our honored guests. I've been giving you basic tips on the fundamentals of public speaking, and I first of all talked about the basics of delivery. I'm going to bypass that because we've been covering that so many times and focus on the second part, which is crafting your speech, on the content of your speech. So I'm going to begin by summarizing some of the tips that I gave on crafting your speech, and then I'll give you the tip for today. Very important tip. First of all, remember when writing a speech, the very first thing you need to know is your what? Starts with a P.
Purpose?
Purpose, yes. You must understand and be fully aware of the purpose of your speech. Know what is the purpose. Is it to inform? Is it to entertain? Is it to motivate? And then know the specific purpose of your speech. What is the message that you want to get across? That is the most important part of your speech, because then you're supposed to craft your speech around that purpose. And do not talk about anything that's not related to the purpose, even if it's very interesting, because that will dilute your speech. So understand the purpose and focus on the purpose. That was the first tip. The second tip, very important, was once you get your speech written, you need to provide the audience with a roadmap, because they are at your mercy. You're standing up here and they do not know what you're talking about. So give them a roadmap. Let them know where you're going with your speech so that they can follow you with every point that you go to. And one way to provide a roadmap is to simply adumbrate your whole speech at the very beginning of the introduction. They see where you're going, and then when you go from one point to the next, they will understand and follow you. And you need to provide transition from one point to the other. The third tip was very good way of engaging the audience and helping them to understand your speech and to illustrate your speech was to provide anecdotes. Have a structure where you make a point and then give an anecdote to support that point. Make another point, give another anecdote. Make a third point, give another anecdote, and then summarize the purpose of your speech. So anecdotes, personal stories are very important. The tip for today is something that speakers really struggle with. They want to capture the audience attention right away at the beginning. So they begin by trying to write the introduction before they write their speech. And that can be very hard because you don't know what you're talking about. Why are you writing an introduction? So the tip for today is wait till you finish your speech before you write your introduction. Focus on the content of your speech. Focus on the conclusion of your speech. And then write your introduction. Once you have the speech in mind, what you're going to say, how you're going to conclude, then you'll have a very compelling introduction, because then you will be leading the audience into what you will be talking about. If you have no idea what you're going to talk about, or you have a nebulous idea of what you're talking about, then the audience will not be able to follow you. So wait till the end, finish your speech, then write your introduction. And my next series of tips will help you with how to write a compelling introduction to capture the audience attention in the first 10 to 20 seconds of your speech. Mr. Toastmaster.